going.
Sure.
Unfortunately, because of issues, I can't stream this on YouTube, so I'm gonna have to put it on YouTube later.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. When do I get my next trick? Okay, Oh, I also get a trick shot at 17th level as well.
Forgot how tall Thera is.
Yep.
Without transforming.
She big.
She's 7'11" without transforming.
Don't forget the hammer.
Yeah. Well, that's including the base boost from the hammer too, and whatever the fuck she transforms into is even taller now. Which now fits aesthetically with what she is now.
Okay, I have winging shot and deadeye shot. Okay. Trying to think what would be in character for Aiden to learn.
This.
I mean, this isn't going to be till next level, but still.
Yeah.
That.
The rights get changed.
What's that? Let me check my Twitter, make sure things posted. Eat this weird deconstructed enchilada.
I'm thinking dazing or disarming. What do you think, Koozie?
I don't know. Dazing.
Disadvantage on all attacks until the end of its next turn.
Probably be good, yeah. Most of these things are natural beasts in some form, so disarming is not always useful.
That dazing would also save you a lot of pain, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Because I remember I've landed the winging shot before, and you just went ham on that son of a bitch. That poor hag.
I mauled her. That's exactly what I
do
did.
you guys like the world map?
Well,
yeah.
Yes, it looks fantastic.
Wait till you see Stellaran.
Ooh. But yeah, just that poor, like I said, that poor hag of just like, blam, gets knocked on her ass. It's like, have a treat.
Oh, I'm gonna give you plot hooks. Oh no! My kidneys.
I'm a genius. Farah gets on top of her. Oh no.
The best part was we tricked whatever it was. What was it? The mud imps or whatever it was. Like no, yeah, the mud methods. I was like, no, yeah, this is a walking stick. I need this. And then.
Essentially, one last question.
Okay, I will take a look.
And I will go ahead. I am leveled up, I believe.
Right. And honestly, I think Thera would be the most receptive to various mutations because of what the blood hunters have to deal with to begin with.
Yeah, she is the most susceptible out of the party, which is why it happened as it happened. Things do not look the same as when she started.
Oh no.
So it's not immediately clear, but it is around.
See, on my end, I just learned not to friendly fire people with my buckshot.
About time.
Yeah, I went and showed it to HH, and I picked this one up, Koozie.
I told him
that's with your shotguns, yeah.
Yeah, it's shotguns only though, so.
Oh, right.
I don't even know how the fuck that would work, but good on you.
I'd say it only applies to werewolf because that's where it mostly shows up. When you're regular form, it's just little things. It shrinks down, so it's not so intrusive.
Well, I didn't know if we wanted to run it as her entire hide was thickened or not.
No.
Because
but there was there was another one that I was interested in. Which one was it, HH?
I don't remember.
Close quarter shooter. That's what it was. Where it's making an attack with a ranged weapon within 5 feet of a hostile creature does not impose disadvantage. You cannot make a ranged attack roll with disadvantage at any targets within 30 feet. However, if you would normally have disadvantage when making an attack roll within this range, such as a magical effect or obscured, you cannot gain an advantage on the attack roll either. So basically, just flat irons the roll, and I can make opportunity attacks with ranged weapons ranged weapons, and they have a reach of 15 feet.
So when you're a half orc, your AC is 16.
Yes.
Werewolf, it's 18.
Damn!
Plus this new thing.
There is a reason.
I figured it has to deal with the mutations, but still.
You know, with how my dice have been rolling lately, and I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm going to sound cocky anyway, go for it. It's going to be boosted by just one more.
Okay. In my base form?
In your werewolf form.
Oh. So, what, it's +2 or plus?
It's +1. Just +1. You're adding another one to it. So, when you shift to werewolf, it automatically gives you +2. So now when you shift to werewolf, it gives you +3.
Oh, okay. So fucking 19.
Yeah.
Thera's hide is difficult to pierce.
Another one I was thinking about maybe getting was mounted shooting. That way, it's like I'm up on the elephant. It's just like, okay.
You would have to ask Thera for permission to ride on that elephant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that case, yeah. But you know what I mean.
Alright. Sure.
Or it's just like any kind of mount. So it'd be like on a horse, direwolf, or what have you.
Just gonna name it.
I have 3 different tables I have to roll from over here.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Well, Aiden was the furthest away at the time. I don't even know if he got one or not, but I leave that up to you.
He's fine. He didn't touch anything. He didn't get close.
Yeah.
I got close, but I didn't touch anything. Rook touched shit.
Yeah, and he's only
I was
gotten
next to Yellow Boar.
mutations.
Yeah. You wake up, Thera's even bigger than she was before.
I honestly don't know how to feel about this.
Giant woman, giant woman.
All I want to do is see you turn into a giant
God.
woman.
So it's like you sing that, and then like the clouds suddenly get grabbed and ripped open, and Ralgana's just glaring down at you.
One big eye staring at you.
Hi.
Let's be clear. She's probably the biggest woman in my D&D universes. Jesus Christ.
Also, another thing I was tempted to pick up instead of just the regular archery fighting style was there was actually going to be a change with how I play Aiden right now. What I was originally going to think about picking up was the phalanx fighting style, which let me see what it was again. You can now wield a two-handed melee weapon, heavy crossbow, light crossbow, or a long arm with a shield, but you must use an action to brace the weapon against the shield in order to attack with it. The weapon stays braced in this way as long as you move no more than 10 feet during your turn.
Hi, Dark. I see you. Thank you for the
So
alert.
basically,
have a good stream.
You know those riot shields that have the cutout for a gun? It'd be something kind of like that.
I don't know.
But I decided not
the
to.
dogs are here, by the way.
Because HH does not need to deal with even more tanks.
Yep. I think you'll live.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you one last funny message.
Oh no. Yeah, I saw.
She's the only one now. She's the only one in the world currently.
As far as you know, yeah.
As far as I know.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Get
But I will be ready to go as soon as I get.
Mute yourself. Ah. You did. Okay. Oh. The meme throws this campaign is just making Thera bigger.
Here, I'll correct her size. Move over here.
Go ahead. I thought you were gonna. Yeah,
there we go.
At the end
Impossible
of
size.
Yeah.
Put back that. Nope. Put back.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna open up my bio and adjust my size from there. I was like, okay, surprise me.
Nope.
Come on.
Because currently, her size is only given to her by a hammer. Take that away and she's back to normal.
I don't even fucking remember what her old size is, but yeah. The hammer added, what, 5 some inches?
The hammer let you freely cast Thunderwave.
Yeah, also enlarge.
Yeah.
Which I haven't gotten to utilize just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was making the joke of now that she's a dire werewolf, she's bigger. That's the theme. Right.
Okay. Let me move you guys back over to the temple.
Let's see, last time we were going to look into doing
more help one, more for the help one poster, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to open this up on stream so people can see it. I realized, like, listening back on last time we played, that was probably like that escort of the dandy was just painfully easy.
It's because Thera rolled really well in her perception, but yeah.
By the way, Cozy, the last one is Bowsette. No one here is gonna understand that context, but yeah.
No.
Going for about 13 minutes already. Okay.
Yurji. Some brave souls to take on a special mission for the sake of the Guardians and the Emperor. Okay.
Alright. Gotta try not to do that on the mic. Yes. Why is this so big? Gotta shrink it down. Oh,
Oh, the fuck were we planning to do? It's the real thing, ain't it? You wanted to just to do these and because you don't want to end this region just yet. Okay.
There's gonna be quite a bit of noise as my mom and dad are watching a channel filled with like funny animal videos.
That's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna give Liam a couple more minutes and start it up. Ow. Oh boy.
Okay.
Alright, are we all good?
I'm back.
Okay.
I am ready.
Okay, we're gonna get started. Ostrich will join when he can. To reiterate, this is a heavily homebrewed D&D campaign. There goes the dogs. The aesthetic style I was hoping for is, no. Shrink that, no. Is, Asian mythology, so you have yokai, you have oni, you have dragons and kirins and all the type. But at the same time, things are a little weird. Animals are not what they're meant to look like. The ones in charge... Oh, excuse me. The ones in charge of this world are large creatures with multiple tails, and they're just simply called the Tailed Guardians. What they say goes. And roughly 18 to 20 years ago, something enraged them. Something happened, causing each and every one of them to erect or tear apart or summon barriers all over the world. Well, these guys' world. Go right back to over here. We have Thera playing a half-orc blood hunter, and she is a werewolf, as some people might have heard during the beginning. We have Eden, who is a shifter gunslinger.
Shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Shooty, shooty, bang, bang.
And we have our friend who's not here right now, but he's on his way. Random Ostrich, or Ostrich, playing as Rook, the healing Kenku monk, who apparently really likes noodles. I kind of regret that. I regret a lot of things. It's been a long time since the last time we played this. We usually only play this whenever another campaign needs to take a break, or when people decide, you know, we want to play something a little bit nicer. So here we go. My brain just turned off for a second. Right. Last time we played, which was a long time ago, and I just realized an error with the river. You all answered a help wanted board, because that's pretty much all you got left to do right now. Get used to the area, learn what you can, then figure out how to get to the next area. Then I didn't want you guys to breeze through this like you did with the previous area. For reasons I still vaguely understand, probably because it was really funny, you guys went for the posted that said, "Found a funky looking thing, come pick it up."
Yep.
At the same time, right next to it was, "Please escort me to this funky looking thing. I want to study it." You guys took a wild western dandy who does not belong in this campaign world, all the way to this funky looking thing, which was a large, scarred up, somewhat freshly torn off scale. Very large. And Thera tried to pick it up. Twice.
I succeeded, thank you
She
very
succeeded,
much.
so she claimed the scale, essentially, gave it to the dandy to study. Eden stayed well away from the scale, but kept telling people not to touch it, but they kept touching it. Rook continuously tried over and over and over to pick up the scale, and not succeeding.
Thera was the one that told fucking Eden to go, "Hey, make sure no one fucking comes over here." And then Rook kept sneaking on by while fucking Thera's trying to finish this thing off.
Yeah, fucking Rook.
Thera found and met her older brother. Same dad, different mother.
One of them, apparently.
Yeah. Who had a really weird, like a cross between a turtle and Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was like a baby or something. Eden started noticing that people that touched this scale for long periods of time would start to change. The dandy actually had a baby, useless, limp arm growing out of his shoulder blade. And he grew another, and those arms actually started to turn into very much useless wings. The turtle that found the scale from the first place had insect antenna, because he kept touching it. Who knows who else might have kept touching it, and what they have. Rook, you don't know if he's changed or not. You don't know if Thera has changed or not, since she got pretty close to it as well. All the experimenting and the shouting and all that gets interrupted by the severed, well, torn off head of a dragon turtle. And whatever killed this dragon turtle was not far away. As a creature stood up with the rest of this creature's body in its mouth and easily biting it in half. You guys fled as the creature just simply took its meal and left. Now all that's left is this dandy still researching this goddamn scale. You guys trekking all the way up to the Silver Dragon Sanctuary. And I guess planning to do more of the Help Wanted board once you guys have calmed down.
Yep. Once it's the new morning.
If I remember correctly, the Four-Tailed Guardian didn't even bother you guys.
Nope. Well, we also booked our ass through, so.
Yeah.
Because every time these guys have entered the flower fields, for some reason, the Tailed Guardian just suddenly appears. Every time. That's mostly because I roll ahead of time just to see what would happen. But, yeah.
So, alright. We've got the Help One board. There's that here.
Yeah, you guys had the paper.
Okay. Righty. Hey, Sarah. Wakey, wakey. Come on.
Sarah rolls on up. Just this, like, very groggy. Doesn't want to deal with your shit right now.
I'll go make tea. And Eden will go make tea.
Okay.
By the way, Thera, your shoulder aches a little bit.
She'll roll her shoulder before reaching back to try and, like, feel it or massage it, essentially.
It just aches. It'll wear off after a while.
Yeah. She has no problems with that. She's sure she'll regenerate eventually.
Eden, as you get up to make tea, you see Rio is already there.
Good morning.
Today he has decided to take the form of a beautiful silver horse. Like a horseman, because that is a race that exists in this campaign. And he's already stirring vigorously in this large cauldron. You take a breath, take a whiff. It smells like he's making I keep wanting to say like oatmeal or something, but like you smell like brown sugar and maple and maybe a little bit of apple. But he glances at you and his finger just points to the right cupboard.
Thank you. Alrighty. So, how was your day while we were out and about?
He's just gonna keep stirring. And when you look in, you see it's a sizable batch of this stuff. And you're just guessing that if he takes his eye off of it for a second, it's going to burn.
There eventually stands up properly.
So he'll be making the tea while Thera's getting up, so he'll be focusing on that.
Luckily, you can share the same fire pit as Ryu.
Yay, big fire.
There, when you get up, Ryu kind of glances at you. And he has to like hide back a chuckle.
Huh?
What?
He doesn't say anything.
They're going to look to find an actual mirror or something.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. A lot of you need to check yourselves because of the bloody mutations. Last thing we need is someone growing an extra limb or anything.
You say that as you hear flap, 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 flap. You look over at Rook. He's sleeping, but he's got these little wings on his back just flapping away. It's like a panicked pigeon.
Those aren't useful.
Give it enough time, they'll probably develop into something. Who knows?
As for Thera, there's no mirror indoors, so you have to go out to the teleportation pool to look into it.
Oh, she will.
There's a spike coming out of your shoulder. And your other shoulder, and like you run your hand through your hair, you feel like these little. They're like the same size as your thumb, kind of spikes, just growing in a ridge on your scalp. They're not sharp, like they're actually kind of rounded, but apply enough pressure into something, it'll probably stab it.
It's fine. She can hide it with her hair, which she does.
Yeah, it's very easy to hide.
The spikes, she cannot, but she doesn't think they're aesthetically bad, so she doesn't really worry about it. She'll open up her mouth, check around, feel her body, make sure there's no fucking extra limbs she needs to worry about.
Roll. Well, no, you don't need a roll investigation. When you clench your teeth, like kind of baring them, you notice that whenever you like clench your teeth, usually there's always like a point where you have to stop because it starts to ache after a while. Now, you're clenching it and you don't feel anything. So you clench it harder and harder, you don't feel anything.
She'll come over for a second before, as the wild woman she is, she'll find a stick or something and just crunch.
That stick turns into mulch. And here's the crazy part. You didn't even apply that much pressure. And your teeth don't even hurt.
She counts this as a whole plus, and then spits for a few seconds while she gets rid of the now mulch in her mouth. She's willing to eat mostly anything, but doesn't mean she wants to.
Tea's ready.
When Thera comes in, you notice
you
the
come back
spikes
in
on her
and you
shoulders
just now. Wait a minute, what? Oh, god damn it.
Nothing wrong with them. They don't hurt.
No, probably just your body. Wait, are they metal or are they regular?
I can't turn my head that far.
Yeah, but you have hands.
Alright.
She'll bend down and let him fucking inspect it.
Alright, let me take a look here. You see him reach into a bag nearby, pulls out like magnifying glasses and stuff.
See if I grew metal out of my body. Metal spikes.
Yeah. Alright.
I think of anybody in this group, Eden learning that somebody could grow metal is probably the worst thing to discover.
But it'd be so fucking...
Yeah, because he would have to beg you for some metal.
Can I borrow some metal? Why? I need to make bullets.
You're not shaving down. Good luck convincing Thera to shave down her spikes.
She's like, right? Okay, fine.
But no, he wouldn't do that.
Her boot.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, if you're going to do it to anybody that could regrow metal spikes, it would be Thera because she regenerates.
Yeah, actually, that actually does make sense. And they are a natural part of her body, probably, so. Alright, so taking a look at her.
If these are metal, then that's metal.
Do you want me to roll investigation, medicine, what?
I say pick your poison on that one.
Alright, let's see what I got here. Yeah, actually, no, that'd be probably better to do a medicine roll. Acha. Oh!
Okay, so, first and foremost, you know for a fact these were not there last night. They are not made of metal. If they were made of metal, like, you even borrow like a spoon from Rio and tap it on it, it's not metal. It is definitely.
Hey, does that feel like anything?
It's definitely bone, like keratin, or bone. And with your magnifying glass, you could see like just the remaining traces of that energy just waver off and dissipate. So.
Okay, so. Alright, so, first off, congratulations. You know how bone spurs that you could probably break someone's face with. When I tapped it with the spoon, did you feel anything out of question?
No.
Like, no tingle of nerve endings or anything like that, just the impact?
Did it feel like I'm like a tooth? I don't even think if you tapped your tooth with a spoon, you would feel it.
So, you do, trust me.
I don't know. Is it like a tooth thing?
It's like
Or like you just felt the impact?
I guess in this case, it feels like someone just like applied like very subtle pressure to your shoulder. Like you didn't actually feel the tapping; you felt like the pressure of him touching it and poking it. So you don't have feeling in these spikes, but you can feel that they're there.
No, I don't feel it.
Well, that means there's no nerves, so you don't have to worry about that. I mean, it's still probably going to hurt like hell if you break them. But, given the density and all this, you should be fine on that part. Secondly, this was all caused by all that energy. I told you not to touch the thing.
I was the one that told you not to touch it.
I told you to stop. No, that was Rook. Never mind. Take that back.
Yes.
Flap.
Don't confuse me with Rook.
He's still sleeping peacefully.
But, so, there's that. That's caused by leftover radiation.
You don't know what radiation is, no.
Better term, the leftover energy from the beast. What else? Anything else mutate?
Vithera's gonna grab a rock, look at like a Ryu, like, is this alright? So I just take a rock.
He was gonna look at you, and he's like now dishing out this breakfast, and he walks over to his cupboard, opens up, and pulls out a very old wooden spoon, and he's gonna hand it to you.
Vithera will take it, open up her mouth, look at, like, meet him in the eyes. Not Ryu, but
yeah.
Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden. And then just
Sorry, that was my monster.
I didn't press down. Yeah.
That was epically timed, though.
Yeah, it was a pretty good time.
Okay.
And then she's got to open her mouth, and then it's just dust.
Okay. Lean a little closer.
Are you a dentist?
I almost did the complete course on it. I decided to just do the 101.
There's that you've spent your time poorly.
So you know how in some movies where like the two characters are talking in the background, you see one character's like leaning into the frame, shaking their head like, please no, or cracking up or doing something stupid. Thera, you're kind of in one of those scenes where you look behind him and you see Ryu is silently busting a gut. He is laughing so hard, but he's not making any noise.
Come on, let me see.
She just squints at him and then opens her mouth. For Eden's sake, and for whatever survival instinct he may have as a shifter,
trust me,
he's putting your fucking mouth next to what is essentially the alpha of the group right now.
You mean
while
he's
her
putting
mouth
his
is open.
hand?
Yeah, no, he's not sticking anything in. He's just looking relatively closely.
Yeah.
He knows better.
Very close to very dangerous person.
He knows. internally in the back of his head, he's going.
Yeah, he's just
Meanwhile,
like,
scientific curiosity is like, ooh.
Monkey brain versus human.
Alrighty. Can I carry over the roll as well, or no? Since it's pertaining to the same thing.
I might as well allow that, yeah.
Okay.
With your zoomed in magnifying, I just accidentally opened up Steam. I don't think she's gonna get through that, Koozie. No.
I think so.
Yeah, no.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
You're also seeing waivers of that energy fade away. You can.
Okay.
Wait, like we all. Oh, I actually didn't open Steam. I forgot about that. Teeth by default, when you look at them in the mirror, you can always see that slight translucent edge to them. Just especially if you've had like an acidic diet, like I have, where the enamels.
It's the saliva.
Yeah, or like the enamels kind of being eaten away a little bit. You're looking at her teeth; they are solid. There is no sign of whatever diet she has causing any damage whatsoever. It's almost unnervingly solid in color.
Hey, Sarah, do me a solid here real quick. Give that a quick... He backs up a bit. Give that a quick tap for me.
Tap?
He means tapping something on your teeth.
I think she has a boot knife. She'll pull it out, and she'll tap it against her teeth.
What's the sound like?
It does not sound like tapping a spoon against your teeth. It sounds like someone taking a piece of metal and thunking it on like a completely solid piece of bone, just completely solid. There's no ringing, there's nothing.
So yeah, methinks your teeth also underwent mutation as well.
Because this wouldn't reveal itself otherwise. Sarah's gonna then show up the back of her hand, which is her nails, which have the same treatment.
Yeah.
Because that's the extension.
Yeah.
Well, if there's any consolation, you can and probably will utterly gut someone with one shot now, definitely.
Yeah.
Alligators should fear me.
I mean, hell, we can make a living off of... Sorry.
Are you saying making a living off of my ability to bite into anything?
I was gonna say make alligator skin boots, but hey, you're the one who put it that way.
You're behind you.
I was referring to the claws. Mostly joking, but in all seriousness, though, teeth are just almost like the shoulder spikes, completely solid. Like,
is there any actual plaque buildup? Does she need to worry about brushing her actual teeth now?
Fun fact.
No.
I used to watch like a PBS like science shows when I was a kid. Dogs actually have their own way of self-grinding away the plaque buildup. So you being a werewolf actually cleans your teeth.
No, nice.
No, you don't have to worry about that either. You're, for the most part, fine. It's just, the super hardened teeth, shoulder spikes, increased claws, that kind of thing.
I take this as a plus.
Hey, Thera, what's your AC?
Base?
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, I actually kind of spacing that. As you guys are kind of chatting, Ryu like walks up and he does like the knuckle thing where he grabs your nose, but Thera's nose, and like lifts her head up and plops something in her mouth and lets go. It's a mint.
Well, it's powder now.
It's a delicious mint.
Nice. She still does brush her tongue,
Oh, yeah.
at least. She doesn't usually just let her fucking stuff go like that, but yeah.
Yeah, but you do have morning breath, so.
Rude. Yeah.
Morning breath is horrifying for anyone involved.
For an oddity, at least, you can at least tell that Sarah lets Ryu do this. She normally puts up a fight when everyone gets fucking close enough to her, or sticks their hands anywhere. But she just goes, it's fine. Just lets him.
Alright, but
Now Thera's gonna go and sit down and eat.
no.
It's really good.
No.
Good.
Alright, so this is actually very good. Thank you, Ryu.
I might have to start charging you guys.
You should stay as long as we want.
Good point. Good point.
Uh,
By now he's like starting to clean up the mess, and he walks over to Rook, who's still flapping away, and he just calmly sets a heavy cushion on his back so the flapping stops. Because every now and again you see the cushion kind of wiggle.
Thayer puts that rock she picked up earlier on top of the cushion to make sure. Alright. Do you want to do some fighting? Or do you want to do another escort?
well, I mean, honestly, whatever works.
That doesn't help.
Well, what rather pays the best? Want to know is I still owe Joe for some
Do you want money or do you want items?
money. Be preferable for now. Because money means I can get materials, and materials means I can make
And
things.
you can pay off Joe.
And I already said that too. So, oh, that reminds me. How much money did we get from doing the dandy?
Oh, we already added it a long time ago. Should be in your drawer.
If I remember correctly, it was gonna be it was gonna be 500.
Okay, then yeah, I did not add it to my inventory.
Might have been a bit less, but yeah.
Right, he was gonna do half there.
Half up front and half on completion.
Yeah, but he had to split it amongst 3 of you guys. So it was a total of like 1,000 or something. Because I believe each of you guys got like 150 from the beginning and then 150 you got back.
150 in the beginning.
I don't remember,
Yeah.
and I was just watching.
Somewhere around 900. So 300 total, but you should have added the already.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot to get that added. But that works.
So you would have probably needed to add the 150, not the full 300. Because it was like 2 sessions.
Yeah.
It was not 2
Didn't
sessions,
add
but
it either.
we made sure to add it before. I added it. I have 500 gold now.
I'm sitting at 337. Alright.
Well, there's one to fight things and keep them alive.
I suppose.
But it's the
Honest-
maggots.
Oh, wait.
That's the highest paying one, but
Oh, right.
there's
it was
one
in
for
the
this.
Chat. I forgot.
There's one for this mission for the Guardians and the
Okay,
Emperor.
so each of you guys should have 500 gold.
Okay.
I'm just now reading the chat. So, dope.
Alrighty. Honestly, I mean, I suppose we could go do that one. Let me see.
The Emperor or the Guardians and the Emperor one?
Oh, that one's something we could do along the way. I'm looking at this here real quick.
Oh wait, we can't do the last one, can we?
It's one that you can start. It's like a slow cooker. You have that going in the background. Like,
yeah, the Emperor
they
one.
have to send a message first.
Okay. Then we can send out a mission to Rock and then go from there.
Yeah. Alright, so we can do that. We can get that one sorted out.
We can get something to help with the toxins.
And then, ow. Well, I mean, whatever the pests are, I mean, I suppose we could go do that.
Sure, we can go kill something.
Alright.
Alright, let's go do the pests after we send out the messenger hawk.
Yep.
Saying that we're interested in taking this, because I'm assuming that's what the quest is.
Well, you guys pack up your stuff. Ryu, just for comedic reasons, shape shifts himself to like an elderly woman with like hair curlers and waves goodbye to you guys. You don't understand the hair curler pit, but you understand the old lady.
Take that.
Sarah looks less into it. Yeah.
The heck of the things in his hair.
Saw a grandmother put them in there to curl them. Don't know why.
You guys make your way.
I'm gonna call them wranglers.
You guys make your way back to Bog because you have to talk to Oz for this. Going through the flower fields, you don't smell or see anything. Like, you smell flowers, you hear buzzing bees, but there's nothing around. Even the corpses of the ghouls are gone.
Huh.
That's a little disconcerting.
Theo's gonna take a long look around to see if she can figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception check as well.
Just moving you guys to near the center. There we go. Go on ahead.
Alright, her senses. That's right, extends to her normal form. Okay. Haha. Oof. Oof. Leafa.
Yeah, there's
Pretty good.
nothing around. You don't hear any. You only hear the bees buzzing around. You see them kind of buzzing around as well. You smell the flowers. There's no corpses.
How's the wildlife? Is there they just going about their business,
Usually
or are they
when you
leaving
come
this area
through
clear,
here,
or what?
the animals you'll see are obviously you'll see the occasional deer. You'll see a bunny rabbit, some birds, some squirrels, even some field mice.
Oh.
I never touched up on it, but at one point I think you guys saw a bear.
Where?
You're looking around. They're just calm as can be.
So the critters are acting normal. Am I the only one who's getting that all feeling?
You do notice a skunk.
Okay, no, don't go near there. No, that's a skunk.
She knows what a skunk is, dude.
No, he's like pointing it out, like, hey, no.
Yeah, Thera's the one who saw it.
There is a taller height than you and can see it.
Oh, Thera's the one who saw the skunk, so rewind.
She says nothing to you. If you walk into the skunk, it's your own fault.
Right.
It's your ineptitude as a hunter in her eyes.
The only change is that you can see like a collection of something fuzzy, and when you squint and kind of put your hand over your eyes, oh, those are sheep.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye out.
Yep.
Nothing happens. You guys arrive in Bog, a little confused, but you arrive in Bog. A lot of the town is very quickly kind of recovering from being in such bad state. Oz's house, I have not updated this map at all. Oz's house is actually very nice. There's no more tarp on the roof. The dock actually has free floating stairs for when it floods. There's no more holes in the walls or in the floor. There's also like another extension to the house. And you can see him sitting outside, just sitting on the deck, watching you guys.
There, we'll hop in the boat and head on over.
Yep. Doing the same.
As you guys get closer, he stands up. At least he doesn't have to help you guys.
Should we get on and wait until the other two get out of the boat?
Yeah. Now get out of the boat too. I assume Rook gets out of the boat as well.
Rook is very likely piggybacking Thera again. But this time using her shoulder spikes as handles. I mean, he would.
He would. She doesn't like it, but also she can't reach her arm all the way the fuck back there to grab his little ass.
Yeah.
All the time.
So
He's just giving up
just
on
like, okay, what's going on today?
We took care of the dock work, but we'll look into killing the pests job and send out a hawk to the next zone.
Oh, right. He steps inside and he comes back with a how do I best describe this? This is probably the weirdest bit of tinkering you've ever seen. It is a little wind-up toy hawk with ruby eyes. He sets it down, he opens up its back, pulls out a little piece of paper, and starts writing on it. And then he slides it over to you guys. Just need your thumbprints.
Terrors puts hers on like the edge of it. Not entirely the edge, but to the side because her thumb is so fucking big.
Rook leans over your shoulder and does the same thing.
She holds up the paper towards him.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know. Do the same thing as well.
Alright, and
it's a sliding scale of thumbprints.
Draws a crest on it, rolls up the paper, slots it into the wind-up hawk's mouth, and starts winding it up very, very, very quickly before he lets it go and it flies away. Alright. That'll get back to us probably in a few hours, give or take. What was the other one you were doing?
The pests. Killing the pests.
So, he leans out of the house, he points all the way to here. That corner house. So,
in my room.
All the way to this corner house next to one of the in-town crop gardens. the guy that lives there has been needing help. So, just go talk to him. He's got your payment.
Okay.
And, do be careful around him. He's a little bit of a loony.
That's been the entire thing for the past few days.
He looks at Rook specifically, and then to Thera. Trust me, and also keep an eye on your bird for this one.
Alright. Alright.
Thera turns and gets on the boat to head back on over there.
Yup.
As you guys walk
Good song.
As you guys walk through the rickety little town of Bog, the Ralgana shrine is now on proper foundations. And when you look over at the Amyanka shrine, it's kind of tilted. And its foundations are gone. Oz's wife is still running around distributing like healing roots and some herbs from your guys' homeland or home territory. You can see there are some academy students from your guys' area. They're running around as well, healing people, doing repair work, stuff like that. Just doing mundane jobs. And at one point, you kind of brush by a familiar Goliath from like the graduation ceremony who gives Thera a kind of confused look as she's just as tall as he is, but he keeps going.
Thera gives him the glare that she gave him before in Academy when she was shorter. Like, it's a progression from when she was shorter before the lycanthropy, and then taller into the lycanthropy, and now that she's as tall as him, it's just meeting eyes glare.
Like, do you do like the arm motion?
I'm the tall one.
Are you doing like the arm motion like what? Like bring it?
No, she doesn't disrespect him enough for that. It's just like, I'm the tall one.
You do feel Rook on your back let go. Probably do the whole I'm watching you gesture. As you guys head to this guy's house. And just from getting close to the house, you can hear this guy yelling at something, and like you can hear like metal containers clattering, like a lot of empty cans.
Thera will wait a second before knocking her knuckle on the door.
The sound of these empty cans increases. It increases. Keeps going, and then like the door opens and like a collection of empty cans just spill out onto the road in front of you.
Thera is very tempted to catch one in her mouth and assert dominance by crushing it, but decides against it.
That would mean you'd have to bend completely down to the ground.
Yeah, no, just pick one up and crush it. No, she doesn't do anything like that. She just stares down at the ground and then shifts her attention up into the room.
You are looking at a quite the aged high elf. He's got glasses on his nose. He doesn't actually have hair. It's completely balded away. He's got muddy pants, no shoes, and like an old button-up shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at you guys, like his jaw's kind of askew, looking at you guys. And he sees Rook, his eyes narrow at him. What?
We're here to do the best job.
Oh, the critters. Come on in. He turns more can noises. When you look at the floor, there is like 2 or 3 layers of empty cans on the floor that he's having to shuffle through.
Thera stoops lower to not hit her head on the door and her now shoulder, and gets in.
So, just to properly describe this guy's house, it looks a bit like a crazy person's house. There are empty cans, like food cans, everywhere. There is a box filled with like clothes that he probably hasn't worn in 100 years. There's spools of what probably was fabric at one point. There's a cabinet that you look at it, you can see a little mouse peeking out of it, nibbling on a piece of corn. There's a chair that you don't want to touch. Does not smell pleasant in here. But he shuffles finally past all of these cans to a more clear part of the room that leads to a door. He grabs the door, he points, goes, "There are little pests in my basement. I need you to get rid of it. They're eating everything." You are welcome to roll insight at any point, by the way.
Okay.
Sure, why not? Let's see what happens.
There has insight trained. I didn't even know. Oh my god. Oh my god. On point today.
He says this, even though he's holding the door, you see him reach over to the cabinet, flick it open, grab one of the thousands of food cans that are in there, pull it out, and then pop it open. There is definitely something wrong with this guy. You don't really know what. You're just hoping in the back of your mind that it's not contagious. Not only that, just with your guys' passives, when you look at the walls, there's the stereotypical conspiracy theory board with the red wires everywhere. This guy's a loony.
Winter taught there very long ago to not deal with this shit, and she just heads down towards the basement.
I'll just go with her, and when they're not near, when the old guy's not nearby, it's just like, so.
You do hear him shout, and I'm not gonna do it, but you hear him shout through, like, with his mouth still full. "I'll pay extra for that 8-foot turkey on your back. Gotta get rid of them as well."
No.
And then he slams the door behind you.
God.
So.
It's a Skaven.
You come down the stairs and you do hear whispering. And you can hear them kind of going like, "Shush, shush, 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 shush. They're coming down, they're coming down." This basement is actually a lot nicer than his upstairs. Like, a lot nicer. There is an old dusty chair. There are holes in the floor just to, like, bare dirt. But that's kind of to be expected out here. I'm actually going to turn that sound back on because I don't have the dungeon sound right now. There's a collection of barrels and crates. There's a very old desk that has a lot of scratchings on it. Not more Skaven. Thank you, Feudal. There's with like a bit of scratching in it. And you lean over the stairs to see kobolds huddled in a corner. They look absolutely terrified.
How did I guess?
There maintains eye contact as she continues to step down the stairway as the most intimidating motherfucker she can be.
Alright.
Is the stairway descend down this way?
If it's lighter, then that's upstairs. If it's darker, then it's downstairs. I need to open something up.
Okay.
Where to put it? There it is. forget what this thing was. I think that. Let me check. No, things are loading slow. Give me a hot second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hey, it's okay.
Where'd it go? Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the thing. So, you guys descend down the stairs. It smells kind of musty and a little damp down here. It's a little cold. Where'd it go? And the kobolds just, they stay in the corner. They don't move.
There, continue walking towards them. She doesn't draw her weapons or anything, but she does walk towards them, taking like a good look around to see.
Stop.
Okay, stopping.
I'm also gonna move Rook because he was attached to your back. Eden, you're still on the stairs.
Oh, what? Oh, okay. Wow.
It's not gonna have a... It's not necessarily gonna have a surprise attack, but you guys are still just emotional-wise, you are surprised by it. You're kind of wondering, like, these things aren't... These little kobolds, they are scared. But you don't... You get the sense that they're not scared of you.
Oh dear.
Go ahead and roll your initiatives for me, please.
Okay. Ooh.
Just make sure I got my token clicked. Hecha. Oh, hey, not too shabby.
I'm also gonna add, like, the kobolds to it, but we're gonna have, like, one dude representing them.
We represent
The Lollipop Guild.
the Lollipop Guild.
Really need Ostrich to show up. Great. Alright, here. I'm gonna message him, see, like, what...
Yeah, he said he was going to be here at the end of the hour. Unless he got dinged pretty hard at work, which understandable, but still.
ETA. So let me just describe this. The kobolds are staying in the corner. And they're like, you kind of stop and you kind of think about it. They are hiding underneath something. They're wedged someplace that's really hard to reach if you're really big.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of wondering what would be doing this? Like, this place is a shit shack. Why are they scared of being here? You look around, you don't see anything. And you kind of remember, like, the upstairs was nasty. Maybe some of it got through. You look up, the ceiling is completely black and moving. And it's also kind of shiny.
Oh hell.
Theratos' work away from... Alright, nope. I don't know if I'm allowed to do anything before we start. So
do you at least tell Eden?
I was going to toss Rook off her fucking back. I'm going to point up.
Can I make a quick roll?
You don't need to. It's covering up the entire ceiling.
No, that's what I mean.
He wants to identify it. Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead. It'll be... either Arcana or Nature.
Well, I have a 1 in either of them, so let's go!
Oh, hold on. Don't worry. I don't have any of them. Never mind. I thought I had Nature. No, I don't.
You look up and you see this black mass all over the ceiling that is moving. It's a little bit shiny. It smells terrible. And you go, wait a minute, didn't we study this at some point? But it was like the size of a peanut. And you're just kind of standing there, like snapping your fingers, like trying to figure out, like, what is it? What is it? And then you remember, it's a black pudding.
Oh shit! Black pudding!
And it lets go of the ceiling.
Fucking rip
I know.
your ass.
Like, that's
Rook.
why I said, like, are you going to tell Eden?
Yeah, like you should have told me beforehand.
Well, I will give Eden a free, like, save to get out of the way. Rook is actually attached to Thera's back, so he should have been right there.
Alright,
I was hoping that he fucking got off my goddamn back by now, but alright.
So he probably did.
Alright, so... Could I... so you just want me to make, what, a deck save, or
well,
what?
you're dodging out of the way, so how would he do that?
I was gonna say acrobatics or a dex save would probably be a dex
That's
save.
up to you.
Yes. Take a dex save.
Huh? Oh, come on!
Listen, you've been getting fucking nailing it the entire night. It had to happen.
Like Nickelodeon
tired of-
slime, just blorp.
Oh god.
But it's a little bit more firm than Nickelodeon slime, but it just blorps onto you. It just kind of sits there, you can hear it bubbling.
Can I just reach forward and drag his ass over to the square so he's not sitting in acid? Actually, does this thing do acid?
It's a black pudding.
Does it crush you? Is that what it does?
It's bludgeoning and acid.
Oh, yeah. Can I drag his ass over here so he's not instantly getting acid?
Yeah, so I don't get insta-jibbed.
I will say...
He can still take the damage from it falling on him. I just don't want him in the space of the creature when we start combat.
I will say, he can make the dex save with advantage this time. But he has to beat the number that this thing rolled.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
You beat it by 1, so move over next to Thera.
There you go.
You just see him do the cat jump.
Yeah, you do the cat jump, and Thera just, like, a big fucking hand reaches over, plucks you out of the air, and drags you back.
It just blurs on the ground, just keeps bubbling, and then starts to raise up.
And now we fight.
God, I really need Ostrich to be here.
Just have him punch or go help the kobolds or whatever the fuck he's gonna do.
He's gonna take what the guy said personally, and go protect the kobolds. Yay. Okay. So he's gonna, you see, like, Rook let go of Thera's back, skitter over to here. He holds up his staff. He's kind of trying to imitate Wukong, but he's ready to attack if anything gets too close. Thera.
Thera's gonna use her bonus action to pop her neck, and then transform into a werewolf. Or should I say a dire werewolf now? Surprise!
Oh, son
that
of a
was
bitch.
the jig.
So, you watched Thera transform. You've seen her do this a couple dozen times by now. She starts to grow, she starts to sprout the fur and change, but what you see that's different is the spikes that are on her shoulders expand and, like, more of them start to form on her body like armor. Like spiky bone armor, like that of an Ankylosaurus. Obviously there's not too much of it, or else she wouldn't be able to move very well. But also on her head, these long spikes start to grow out.
I picture them like horns because I like the look of horns.
Yeah. That was one of the options, but we went with the spikes.
Yeah, I was thinking of the spikes in like horn motion, but yeah.
But yeah, you are now a...
Because I don't like Zabrax.
Direwolf.
Points to a star of fans that know that. Also, her claws are fucking solid. Oh, they were dangerous before. Now they're fucking solid.
Oh, now you can, guess what? Now you can fucking claw your way through fucking metal now.
Maybe. And, she's gonna make a hammer hit with, Ragana's hammer.
I'd say, yeah, the Ragana hammer would probably be your best option here, so it doesn't get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, unfortunately, most of my shit is non-magical. I think that hits for a gooby slime.
Yeah. Hold on. Represent.
Don't you have extra attack yet, or no?
Oh, right, I do. Shit. Sorry, I've been playing Vanya for too long.
That's alright.
Hi. Oh my god. Well, I gotta double check that macro. Okay, no, that's right. Oh, right, because werewolf gets the one-handed thing from fighting style. That's right. Now I remember what I was doing with this build that made it so
what
fucking
color
nutty.
werewolf was Thera again?
She is a silver werewolf, remember? Okay. Because of the hammer.
Let me move you over there. Are you able to control this werewolf? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me do the math here. So.
No. If you want it, it's that.
Okay.
Those are really high numbers. If you want to, if you're wondering why, those were very high numbers. Almost max damage on the bottom one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like out of Super Smash Bros, whenever someone gets the hammer, Thera just starts going ham with this hair. Yes, just rapid succession.
Just
feudal, everybody is level 6, and I did not calculate this properly.
You can add more health. It's a large size pudding.
Good point.
I was about to say
it's a super big pudding, actually.
I was about to say, compared to your normal pudding, that's a big motherfucker.
Let me adjust this then.
He's been eating so much garbage.
Yeah, I think that's what happened.
This old man's just been dumping his fucking cans down here, and the pudding's like, "Ooh, piece candy, ooh, piece candy, ooh, piece candy."
Yes, they're just super smash broing this thing. Just wham, wham, wham. Some of it is getting into the floorboards and eating it. It's still the same large size, though.
That would explain the holes in the floor.
Yeah. Is there anything else Thera wants to do or can do?
No, I had to bonus action shift.
Okay.
And I'm kind of stuck over here, and I can only move to the left, but...
I heard a Badoo.
Staying here. Hey, like sausage.
Hello.
So these guys are in the basement of a conspiracy theorist loony, who wants you guys to kill pests, which is a bunch of very terrified little kobolds hiding in a corner. A black pudding has shown up. Rook has decided to take the guy's insult about you being turkey very seriously, so you're protecting the kobolds right now.
Yeah, the kobolds are scared and didn't actually fight us.
Yeah.
They're hiding away from this fucking ooze, essentially. Or as far as we know, maybe they're using the ooze to kill people. I don't know.
Seems legit.
Alright.
Yeah. There's a lot of changes to Thera that you did not get to see.
She is a dire werewolf
You do have your little wings that flap, but you can't fly with them yet.
Okay, disengage!
Alright.
Run away, motherfucker.
Let's a good distance to get away from this thing that won't cover the distance instantly and fuck my shit up. Just this way?
Probably, yes. Don't stand on that puddle. It's grease. Because that's a greasy man up there.
Okay. Bonus action, pull out blunderbuss, and action surge.
Going in the first turn of combat.
And burn a grit point. Advantage, and let me make sure I've got this roll.
For some reason,
set up
Roll20's
properly.
audio is really quiet for me, even though I have it at max.
Yeah, it's tied to how loud your browser is, but that's about it. I don't know.
Oh, it's because it was set to...
Alright, and... Okay, and then... Kablam.
Bang, bang, into the room.
It'll hit, yeah.
You just see all the buckshot just...
So, 20.
It's just the 2d8, right, when you're facing one enemy?
Yeah.
5 is the...
So
okay.
5
so
is the
just
scatter
15.
damage, so yeah, just the 15.
Okay.
And then reload.
Okay.
Fucking blunderbuss, and then
You
bonus
shoot
attack,
it with your gun. It's
but-
kind of like how Mythbusters shoot ballistics. It just goes bloop. And the thing just sits there, starts warbling everywhere.
Thankfully it's not fucking resistant or immune to fucking piercing damage. No one hit it with slashing damage. We don't need more. I know how oozes work.
I don't know how much. I'm not medding. Also, this thing may be unique.
And hot cha.
Sorry if the music keeps changing, you guys. Nope, can't use this one.
That's
I know,
disturbing.
like, here's the problem. Twitch is being a piece of shit. You can't play music. Unless you're using a Twitch feature called Twitch Sings.
That's okay. I take it that hits as well.
So we shall make our own music. Bum.
So you just see Ida just pull out the blunderbuss, start booking it, turns back around, just boom, reload.
Yeah, I've already calculated the damage, Koozie. This thing is just quivering like ballistics gel. It's now got little pellets in it, but you can see them like very quickly dissolving. It's like looking at a nearly solid black jello. Nearly.
Someone made the purple. Someone made the forbidden blueberry.
Oh, I think I have the
grape
wrong
jello.
ooze. Hold on.
Why you say that?
Its name is ochre jelly.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that explains it. I messed up. This is just as ominous for this. What the hell?
I mean, black pudding makes more sense, but yeah.
Fuck it, I'm gonna stick with the black pudding.
I mean, it's a super-sized
It's
black
also
pudding.
a dark color. This thing... is going to move towards Thera, because you're the biggest thing here. You're also the closest and the only thing that's been in contact with it.
Yeah.
I'm reading this thing, hold on. Alright. Yeah, I know for a fact that's not gonna hit.
My thickened hide.
6 plus 5.
No.
So, like, this... It starts trying to form, like, a weird arm at you, and you just take one step back. Right on the ground.
Bam. Slide to the left. Slide.
But it's, like, a very... Like, you're so done with all this kind of step back.
Yeah.
Here we were expecting, you know, maybe some giant rats, something like that. No, it's a black pudding.
No, it's gonna keep, like... It's actually gonna start stretching itself around you. So... If you move left or right, you're gonna run into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I forgot to do that. Kobolds. The red one has a very, 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 very primitive hammer. It's a stick and a rock tied together. It works somehow. I might
Kobold
have
engineering,
to
motherfucker.
just turn that down on my end. But he winds it back and chucks it at it. Probably not gonna do very much.
It just eats the hammer like, oh no!
I'm just gonna use this as like a sling
No,
attack.
he gets
Let's
it.
see. Wait, no, not that dice. That's the ochre jelly.
I was gonna say, no, he crits and kills it, gets like 5
18
levels.
plus 4.
Okay, I was mostly joking, guys.
24 plus. Doop. Yeah, so Thera, you're just watching this ochre jelly try and like slowly pull you into a hug, and then a piece of shit hammer just bloop right in its side and he immediately starts dissolving.
There blinks a few times, but doesn't cast a glance over to these guys because she's afraid she'll scare the fuck out of them.
A for effort, little buddy.
The blue one starts like whispering to the others, and they're speaking in like their own little kobold language. The blue one steps up to Rook, and you don't understand what they're saying at all, but it reaches out and pats you on the shoulder, and you now have a inspiration dice.
Bard.
It's like the lowest inspiration dice, which I believe is like is it like a D4? Yeah,
D6.
yeah, so it's a D6.
D6, yeah.
Yes, Feudal, you can do -5. Like, it took us so long to teach Lycan that one. Green is gonna turn to the others and start, like, talking to them as well. And they start grabbing pieces of the floor and ripping them up. They're doing something over here.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's the kobold's turn. Rook. A kobold just gave you bardic inspiration.
Alright, also come on.
Okay, is there like a piece of loose flooring near me? Or like a piece of wood I could use as like a makeshift club or quarterstaff?
What you're standing in right now is a hole, like, on the dirt. There is loose wood everywhere. This thing has been tearing this place apart.
I'm going to grab a piece of loose wood. And being a monk, I'm going to go not punch. And I'm going to whack it with the piece of wood, which I'm going to assume is going to dissolve immediately.
If we're using black pudding stats, it's got like you got 5 hits before it dissolves.
Well, even still, I'm just going to like full ham swing as hard as I can so I get stuck in it. Because I ain't planning on using this. I ain't planning on using this thing again. So let me see.
You have a metal
How big of a?
Yeah, but it's
I don't.
It's not magical.
I don't want it to get corroded.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to get that staff enchanted.
I just saw it dissolve lead.
You just, I was about to say,
This thing is going to be your worst enemy, by the way.
Okay, I have a plan.
Okay.
But I'm going to whack.
Okay.
With, would it be like a club, quarterstaff, free club size for me? Piece of wood.
For you, it'd just be like a regular club.
Okay.
Because it's not like,
a club real quick.
and I'm not suggesting you do this, by the way. It's not like you're taking the leg from the desk down there, ripping it off and swinging, because that would be quite the sizable club for you.
If I can get this thing to work. Oh, that's the proficiency, not items. That's why.
By the way.
Yeah.
Just with your guys' passive, you can see there is a form inside the black pudding. And Thera and Rook being so close, you can see what it is, especially Thera, because she has better vision. There is a little kobold in there. And I mean...
Still fucking alive.
Little kobold.
They got eaten, and it's being dissolved as we speak.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're desperate, you use what you can for ammunition.
What the fuck?
What?
What?
Oh my
Swing
Just-
god.
thing. Swing your.
Swing your goddamn club.
You're gonna have to
twice,
explain
and
that
remember
to
to
me, but okay.
It was me being stupid. I do not add any proficiencies because it is improvised weapon, right?
Yeah, unless you have Tavern Brawler,
Yeah,
it's
and if it's a
yeah.
club, it's and a club is
Yeah.
strength.
I thought it was a monk weapon though.
Uh,
Quarterstaff is a monk weapon.
Defender wins.
Simple weapons is or monk weapons, but it automatically declared it, but I'm gonna just like I undeclared it. But I'm just swinging this thing to get stuck in it, and then bonus action I'm casting Sanctuary on myself via class ability.
Well, you defend again.
Or
Defender
subclass ability.
wins, so
So it just bounces off the jelly, and then I am
Sparkly.
like I just start glowing, I guess.
Whoa.
oh, so he gets the damage right now, or just his.
Yeah, you can drop it on me.
Oh,
Not Rook needs
No.
to actually hit it.
Yeah, you have to actually hit for that.
Well-
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was reminding HH that the pudding, when you hit it in melee, will deal damage to you.
Yep.
Oh,
but you didn't hit it, so you're fine.
This included me. Yeah, you missed.
okay.
This is quite literally the Mushu moment. Like, how could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you.
Were
Too floppy.
we allowing the flanking homebrew?
There the flanking home rule, or
Yeah, that's always been a thing.
Yes.
But it's not like a say
Okay.
like Pathfinder where it just adds like +2 to hit.
it's the advantage.
So if I moved right there, then Thera would have flanking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a monk.
Also, you have the inspiration dice.
If you want to hit with that crappy club, you can roll that inspiration dice and beat it.
I forgot it the first
Well-
time, so I'm just gonna honor that.
Just like I'm honoring with the
Oh, you can-
pudding's damage thing. Sorry, there's a fruit fly on my screen.
But also the nice thing about inspiration dice is you can use it for
Yeah.
anything. So
They're
Damage.
watch the kobold miss with a
Hey.
stick.
I watched fucking Rook hit it with a stick and bounce right off.
boing.
Warp.
So was gonna spin the hammer in her hand for a second, and then we'll just make 2
Okay.
swings.
I'm just gonna call it a distraction blow.
All right.
Damn.
See if my luck continues with the damage. All right, a little less. Max on the fucking second dice though. Hey, what's up? My name's Thera, and I'm a DPS.
You're also our tank.
And while she's doing that, she is going to use her claw, but she's going to try and use it to get to the kobold and bring it out.
Okay,
Because she doesn't think that clawing the fuck out of it is going to do
Hold on.
anything. Okay. Do you want me to count how
I
much
know
damage
how much
that is?
damage
Or...
it is. I know.
Okay.
Let me just roll
My
the
thumping hammer.
1d8 thing.
Oh no.
Because she's trying
Yeah.
not to squish the fuck out of this little kobold that she now saw.
For the first hit,
The advantage
Sorry,
on these swings brought to you by a 4-foot tall bird with a piece of wood.
who does not like being called a turkey by a loony.
50.
So,
Okay.
how are you gonna kill it? Here's the thing. The first hit dropped it down to 12, but the second hit is 18 damage.
Attempt to save the
Assuming
little
that-
dude in the inside.
Yeah, what's gonna happen is she's gonna do like an underhand swing to slam it, and well, it's definitely gonna send some of this ooze splattering. It's gonna send the ooze splattering regardless because she's using a fucking hammer. So she swings underhand upwards to like knock a chunk of it away, brings it up and then rolls it around and swings on the other side, send another chunk of it away. Not really caring if her teammates get a little hit by it because they can take 1d8. All right, they can live.
We're not rogues or wizards. We can actually take a hit.
Yeah, and then she's gonna use that offhand of hers to reach out and just pluck the kobold out. The tiny kobold compared to her big ass claws.
You pull it out. It's definitely dead. It's smaller than the other kobolds. It's got no clothes. And it looks a bit like we'll just say a Walking Dead kind of zombie.
And then that she's just gonna squish the rest of it under her hammer.
The rest of the pudding or the dead kobold?
Yeah, the pudding. The pudding, and then kneel down and put the kobold down.
Aiden, when you look over at the kobolds that are tucked in the corner doing stuff, you realize they were trying to make a very hastily improvised miniature trebuchet.
Impressive.
Hey, kobolds make traps. Like, they're experts at this.
Yep.
And he just lowers the blunderbuss, like, okay, it's clear. He turns to go tell the kobolds, hey, it's clear. It's just like,
wow. That's fairly impressive given the amount of time you guys had. Like, seriously.
They start talking, but I don't think any of you guys understand their language.
No.
I don't think any of us speak Draconic.
They do not speak Draconic. They speak Kobold.
Oh, it's its own thing. Okay.
Draconic in this world is rich people talk. Alright, so are you turning back to Thera?
She'll stay like this for a few moments. So she'll actually pick her body back up and walk towards the kobolds before putting it back in front of them.
The blue one takes off their vest and wraps it around the little kobold and picks it up.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open just in case of any more random giant ass black
Go ahead and
puddings.
roll perception.
I've played video games. The big one turns into two smaller ones, and the two small ones turn to four.
That's thankfully if you only use slashing damage.
Which I find hilarious considering using a big fucking hammer doesn't just like squish it and send it into two.
You look around, you see like the burn marks on the ceiling where it was. You see the burn marks on the floor where it was. You see in the far corner over there, there is the...
Yeah.
Well, you can assume what these guys were sleeping in. It's been partially eaten away. There is some like leftover tools and little miniature weapons that these guys were probably once wielding before this thing showed up. But when you look at the ceiling again, you can see the grouse coming from upstairs.
You know, I almost feel bad for killing that black pudding because otherwise the vat wouldn't be coming through the floor. But at the same time, it needed to go.
The red one,
You little guys
by the
doing
way,
all right?
is chatting to you guys the entire time.
Rook is mimicking it back.
And it's looking at you a little confused.
But to the rest of the party as this all is translating.
Thera looks between the two, and then pops her neck again, and she shifts back down.
Wow. She's now normal.
So, not a chance you guys speak common at all?
They did a second ago.
No, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, one of them did. The blue one steps up, hushing the red one. And when you properly look at these guys, the blue one is probably the nicest dressed one. They are a nice red color. They have probably what once was a woman's dress turned into pants, and a vest that probably came from a man's dinner jacket. Like, these guys made their own clothes. But, like, they look really nice. They are definitely the bard. While the red one... Sorry, like, yeah, the one with the red dot. He is a copper color. And he has, a turtle shell on his head. That has, like, a... What are they called? I guess, like, crane feathers stuck to it to show that he's the one in charge. But all in all of them are wearing, like, pants and shirts. Like, they're dressed.
Mm-hmm. We're waiting on to hear what Deep Blue was saying. Hey, Church?
I'm waiting for you guys.
Okay, we were waiting on
Okay.
Blue
Yeah.
because the red was jabbering away, so we assumed the Blue was going to
right.
translate.
I'm gonna start mimicking whatever Red was saying towards Blue in hopes he starts translating.
Blue nods. They don't speak common. Sorry about that. He was thanking you for killing the goop. They kind of lean over to look at whatever remains, which is already sizzling away. You were sent by... He points upstairs.
Yeah.
Yep.
To kill goop.
Turkey.
It's hard to read reptile, but you get a sense that it understands your disdain on a deep personal level.
It wanted us to kill pests.
Yeah.
I don't feel like killing you.
Rook is going over to the door, and it seems to be doing something.
Up the stairs? Yeah, because
Sure.
like you guys had to come downstairs.
Just wherever the door is.
Yeah.
Wherever the door is.
I'm gonna move you up there then. As he goes, the blue one explains that the kobolds moved in here when the barriers went up. And the person that was living in this house is gone. Like, they were in another territory when they went up, so they were never coming back. And you guys remember when you first showed up, Oz said that people, like, there's a lot of houses around here that are abandoned and empty, and that you're more than welcome to squat in one for the night. These guys have pretty much been living here. And they explained that about a year ago or so, this maniac showed up, started swinging his broom at him, screaming about some weird, something weird about like a interdimensional mumbo jumbo. Don't really understand.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
They don't really understand it. He was just screaming about like interdimensional travel, weird shit. And pretty much drove these guys to live in his basement. And he's been sending people down here to kill them ever since. But the problem is, the people come down here, they see the kobolds explain, and the people leave. And it just keeps going. And about 2 weeks ago, the ooze showed up. Because one of the people that came down here to kill these guys had it stuck somewhere, had it in a container and decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave this here, let it take care of it. We'll just tear down the house later. It's been feeding on this guy's filth for so long, it got so big very quickly, and it ambushed them in the night. And they point to the little kobold in the vest that they wrapped up, pointing out that when it came down to ambush them, it landed on one of their nests. So, little kobold is a baby.
Hmm.
So, what do you think we should do here, Thera?
Do you really want my opinion?
I'd rather it be yours than mine, considering my general response to people being assholes is.
I was just gonna throw him out.
Rook comes back down the stairs looking to be in a good mood.
Oh boy, what'd you do?
What'd you do?
I carved "Turkey was here" on the door.
With what?
My sword.
Oh, you have. Oh, yeah, sorry, you have a sword. I was like, I didn't think you had a sword or a knife. Right.
I started out with one before I had the quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna go over to the kobold's, arms outstretched. Friends!
The blue translates for the others. And, they all start mimicking the word. But it's really weird, like, friend, something like that. And they all start hugging Rook. Except for the blue one.
Girl looks to be getting progressive.
Bran. He's now copying how they say
friends. These
friends.
guys are smaller than Rook.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one, Thera.
Let's stay here.
You sure you don't want me coming up there with you?
Hold on.
Rook is a king amongst. Rook is a king amongst the minis for once.
Too bad these guys already have lead.
Sarah's gonna walk on upstairs, and she's gonna head to the horseman, who is basically the sheriff of this town.
Okay, when you come up, you see the conspiracy guy is eating through his third can of whatever it is. And he looks at you.
Sarah gives him a fucking glare.
You
can't tell if it's different from her normal glare, but it's intimidating.
There's a fruit fly being very tricky. Go ahead and roll your intimidation.
God, do I even? Oh yeah, I do, because I'm a half-orc. There you go. Enjoy. It's a 10. Normal. It's about my normal intimidation.
He looks a little worried, and then he slowly raises his coin pouch, just goes tingle, 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 tingle.
Sarah doesn't change her expression and instead walks out the door. I'll be back.
Okay, goes back to eating.
And then she slams the fucking door so hard it shakes the house.
Oh!
And she goes right to the fucking sheriff.
Oz.
Sheriff. Oz, yeah.
Eden and Rook, you guys are in the basement, you hear the door slam, and you hear the loudest avalanche of empty cans. You're kind of wondering, where is he throwing these away? Where does he get them all?
Hey.
Justice!
Once the avalanche finally stops, you hear him go, God damn it.
Rook just puts one fist in the air. Justice! Karma!
No, he says justice and he sounds like some French lady. When he says karma, it's just like, I don't know. I'm thinking French Revolution for some reason when you said justice.
I think Esmeralda from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Anyway.
That works too.
It does not take you very long to bring back Oz. And you're not having to roll to persuade him. You're just like showing like the acid burns on your body.
Which are steadily
Healing,
covering back
like
up.
You're explaining what you saw. And seeing as you guys have been helping people out around here and you've brought down the barrier, he's more than willing to help you guys out. So for Eden and Rook, like you heard the door slam, you heard all those cans. 5 minutes later, the door slams again and even more cans fall. But this time they're full.
So it's the heavy sound.
Yeah. Do you guys go upstairs?
Just looks over at Rook and like, part of me wants to see this, but the other part of me is saying, stay out of the way out of the angry werewolf and the big man with the giant gun. So I'm probably gonna stay down here.
You do feel your gun being tugged at.
Hmm? Oh no!
The green and pink one are trying to take your gun. They want to inspect it.
No.
Rook is going to join in, and he's going to encourage the other ones to help.
Rook.
Meanwhile, upstairs.
Down with the patriarchy!
Sarah, like you're following Oz to the house, and he's got his giant cannon of a gun perched on his shoulder. He walks up to the door, and you think that he's just simply gonna knock. No, he raises one of his giant hoofs up and kicks the door down. He is a horse, so to remember that. But he kicks the door down on top of all those cans, and the crazy guy looks at him like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Oz does not explain. He crushes a bunch of cans walking in, grabs the guy, and walks out with him.
Real quick, Rook is going to stop after the extra thing of cans. He's going to start gathering the coals together, and is just going to be like in front of them, holding them back for a sec.
And as Oz passes you there, he looks at you and goes, "Maybe take a few cans for yourself, but all that's going to the people here." And he walks away with the dude.
Sarah doesn't have a need for these rations.
Yeah.
She doesn't care.
Yeah,
She is going to reach over and open up the lid. Done.
The door.
Yeah, the door to the cellar.
Rook is going to charge out and try to get the kobolds to follow him as he shouts out, "Freedom!"
They don't charge out. They come out very carefully and look around, just seeing what their home has become. And they kind of look at each other, they kind of chatter, and then they start to pick up the empty cans and the full ones. The empty ones they hand to Eden.
Thank you? Oh, wait. Oh. Thank you!
One of them, like, takes one of the empty cans, takes a sniff, and goes, "Ugh!" tosses it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to wash these before I melt it down, but thank you, guys!
When you look at the cans, they are canned bread.
Oh my god, did we just kick out fucking, D&D conspiracy theorist Squidward?
Mm. It's just like canned foods that you shouldn't have in a can, but they exist.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Canned pizza?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But you guys are still gonna get paid. Probably his entire goddamn wallet.
So it's probably all he had anyway. He doesn't seem like a working member of society.
Okay. Are we talking, like, when we were talking conspiracy theorist, I'm thinking like recluse, never trust government type. So are we talking about the tinfoil hat type, or the Ron Swanson, I keep my money in gold type?
column A, column B from the sounds of it.
You'd have to roll. You'd actually have to roll to figure out what kind of conspiracy theorist this guy is, because he does have one of those boards with all the red wires on it. By the way, Ostrich, Rook should have 500 gold from the previous job, but he didn't have that on his character sheet.
Okay.
So each of you guys.
Yeah,
I
did have the issue having to reboot character sheet.
Each of you guys should add 25 gold to your sheets.
Hey.
And once you each get your gold, you kind of realize this guy was probably gonna skimp on paying you.
So I do have to ask, how many cans did the kobolds give me?
Probably the fresher ones, not the ones that are really, really old.
Okay.
I'd say you have enough to make an extra bag of ammo if you wanted.
Just looks at the kobolds, it's like, you guys are the best, you know that. And he gives them 10 gold. Okay.
The yellow one's the one that takes the gold. And gives a nod to you. Doesn't understand what you're saying, but nods.
He says it to the blue one, gives it to the yellow one. Seriously though, thanks.
So, just to be clear, Eden, they're giving you the metal because you have a lot of metal stuff on you.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Like, you have a long can that shoots things. Let's give them these little cans. Maybe they can shoot things. They are not stupid in any way. They're just very simple.
Just wait, no. He finally puts 2 and 2 together, and he's just like, that actually gives me an idea. And the look on his face that Tara and Rook sees as the mad genius ding face.
These guys are gonna put all these empty food cans to good use. I was gonna say something, then my brain turned off again. I should describe these guys. They don't look like the book kobolds. They're reptilian, but they all have mouse ears. Like, rounded ears. They're very cute. They have bigger eyes, and their snouts are shorter. Kind of like, Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon. And they have very thick tails. But yeah, they're tiny compared to you guys. Absolutely ridiculously small compared to Thera.
That's just being around Thera.
Well, I was about to say, that's just standard practice for being around Thera. But Ostrich, the idea.
The Boyardee. Hey, Chef Boyardee was actually a good man.
Oh yeah. And
yes.
And the pasta is actually pretty good for a quick bite. Just don't use the buttered noodles unless you liberally mix it with other things.
The Boyardee is a pillow cannon that fires pillows in the shape of ravioli.
This is why
I was just gonna say, it's like
critique character from Ratatouille can go suck it. Insulting Chef Boyardee like that. Dear gods. Anyway.
He kind of gets better by the end of it.
Yeah, it's just... Anyway. You guys head back to Oz with your help wanted paper. You don't know where Oz put the crazy guy, but he's gone. He's just gone.
Thera doesn't even think twice about it.
You think you fed him to the crocodiles?
No.
Or maybe the piranhas.
Ask him yourself.
Nah, he probably didn't. I'm mostly just... Okay. So that's one off the list. The other one we're waiting for a response from.
Speaking of which... Chunk, 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 chunk. You look over, you see the hawk. Chunk, 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 chunk. Flutter into view. It's got another piece of paper in its mouth. Different color. It lands on the ground in front of Oz, like on the floor, He just simply picks it up, takes the paper, unravels it, and reads it. Okay.
While we wait on that, out of character, did we do the one where we got the magic person over to Masaru?
No.
No, we haven't done the Weaver yet. We should probably do the Weaver.
Yeah, I was about to say. Probably be a good idea to get in contact with the Weaver and get them escorted to Masaru.
Let's finish his reading paper, rolls it up, puts it in his shirt pocket. Alright, I'll hand you this paper when we're done here.
Alrighty.
Something tells me I'm going to forget that, so.
That's okay, we've got it remembered.
Hey, we're streaming it, so, yeah.
Hey. Alright. Does that say where the Weaver is?
Oh, no. I don't want to hold your hand.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it doesn't say where the Weaver is. I keep going blank. What the hell?
I mean, I can ask Oz. It's like, hey, do you happen to know where the Weaver is?
Oh, the one who put that in?
Yeah.
You're probably not gonna like me for this, but you... I gotta open up the... Oh, no, I don't have that map anymore. Shit. You gotta head to Egan for that one.
Oh. We cleared up Egan, got that sorted out. So, it's relatively good.
Well, here's the thing. They don't live in Egan, they live past Egan.
Okay.
But I do wish you luck.
Oh well.
If you go for that one.
Yeah. They're offering services that would be much appreciated among the most of us here. So, sure.
Okay. If there is, for a long trip like that, there is gonna throw out the elephant.
Yeah, so you summon
for travel
this beautiful pure white elephant with a what is it called? I forget. With a
howdah?
I never remember what it's called. With a covered
plains
top.
Or a pelican.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a howdah. Okay. No, I'm thinking the thing on the Dread Saurian from Total War, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not it. But I know what you're saying.
Say, absent. Yeah. Things is on back of elephants. It is a howdah.
Oh, it is a howdah still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys climb onto the elephant, likely have to convince Thera to let you guys ride. .
looks at there. It's like, can Rook and I please get on there? It's a long ride.
She
It's a
looks
long walk.
out of her like a veiled little top piece there, looks down at you. Fine.
Thank you.
Again, when you get to the flower field, it's still peaceful and calm. Like, even the elephant kind of stops at one point just to enjoy, like, the calmness of it all. And then he starts going again. It's a little weird.
I'm just gonna unsling the Giselle. Just gonna be ready there with the rifle.
And because, like, Ostrich wasn't here for it, the corpses of the ghouls, the priest and the kid, are gone. They're not there anymore. And, in the distance you can see Egan getting closer. The ground around it is actually starting to turn green again, like it's starting to regrow very quickly. And you can see some Emialka priests and priestesses are the ones encouraging the plant life to regrow, while the Ralgana priestesses are healing people. They're giving them food and water. They're repairing things. They see you guys. They give you a kind wave. But when you stop to ask about the Weaver, the head priestess turns and she points at the mountain and the gorge in the distance, just behind Egan. And the elephant starts walking in that direction. You do see the kids that were taken to Bog are back in this village, and they're staring up there at the elephant like, whoa.
Pops head out and waves. Heyo.
They're just watching all this, because for them it's like a parade.
You know, I think we really did some good here with this one.
Mm-hmm.
You do see some like academy students are here too, but they're just doing the repair work. Finally, you see in the distance a singular little house. Very quaint. It has a a little tea garden around it. There is one of those bamboo deer scarer things in a little fountain. It's very peaceful, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get closer, the door slides open and you see what I can only describe to be probably the most beautiful male elf you've ever seen. And this is outdoing the elves from your classes. They are porcelain white. They look like they're made of porcelain. Their hair is icy blue, and they have like a golden circlet on their head with a blue gemstone in the center. They're wearing darker blue robes with kind of like pink accents to them. They're just staring out, but their eyes are blank, silvery blue colored. And they're just standing there.
Thero will walk up. Are you the Weaver?
Yes. He's not.
We're
Dude,
here
no,
to
he's
escort
not even looking at you.
Mm-hmm. We're here to escort you.
Oh, thank goodness. He turns and he walks into his house. You see his hand running along the wall. as he approaches a desk that has fabric on it. And he feels around the desk, he grabs a drawer and unlocks it, and pulls out a soft, velvety bag. Before coming back to you, doing the same thing, you're running his hand along the wall. I am ready to go.
Alrighty.
Are you opposed to being carried?
No, I am used to it.
I lift him up.
They are...
I just pick him up.
They are... In comparison to Thera, of all people, this guy's pretty much a beanpole. But compared to, say, Eden, he's a moderately thin elven guy. Elf. With long, beautiful, shimmery blue hair. Again, they don't even look at Thera as she's picking them up. They're looking dead ahead. The only time there is an issue is when you have to get him into the onto the elephant. Because once he reaches the elephant, he puts his hand on it. He takes his sweet time just feeling what this creature is, because he doesn't know what it is.
Thera's patient enough with it for a time, but eventually, if she sees him just start running his hand over the same spot multiple times, she'll just lift him up onto it.
All in all, he's just feeling like he's feeling the trunk, he's feeling the face, the tusks, and the ears. Other than that, it's not going to take too long. He just wanted to identify what it was. As you get going, his nose kind of wrinkles as you guys pass through Egan again. And everybody moves out of the way of the elephant this time. Like, they don't even see the guy you're with, they just move out of the way.
Should I ask?
He's just sitting there fiddling with his bag.
Who are you?
My name is Kaisi. I'm not from here.
Hey, HH, real quick. Does this guy match the description of the individual who I had down in my notes?
From what individual is that?
Masaru's lover. The elf. I don't have my notes on this computer, but they're on my laptop still.
Roll history?
Yep. Roll. Whop. There's my luck. Oh, okay.
Yes. And the thing that really tips you off is the bag he's holding. It's the exact same velvet bag as the piece of necklace that Masaru was given. And as he's shifting around, you can hear metal and stone, like gemstone, clinking in there. And it also clicks.
Eden just kind of stays quiet to himself.
He's adamant about getting back to Masaru.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry. We'll make sure you get there in time.
It's been nice for you.
In time? What do you mean?
Bad choice of words. Sorry. We'll just make sure you get there. Don't worry.
It's a little creepy, but he slowly turns his head towards you, Eden. Like, you know he can't see you, but he knows where you.
Oh,
He knows where you are.
I was about to say, I know for a fact he probably has some, like, blind sense or something.
And then he just turns forward. As you enter the flower field this time, the elephant slows down. And once again, stops. But unlike last time, the elephant stands still, its ears flapping. Something's wrong.
Hey, Thera, are you picking up on anything?
Sarah gets out of her like reclining position and is gonna take a look around then.
Go ahead and roll your perception.
Yeah. I will as well.
Sniff, sniff. Oh, thank God.
He's just gonna be he's gonna be looking out with the rifle in hand, just like, okay, something's wrong. Critter is freaked out.
You look around. Thera, you smell something similar to those worms. But it's pungent, it's concentrated. Like pure extract. Eden, you're looking around. You don't see the Guardian at all. You don't see any tails, you don't see any change in the weather or anything like that, but you do see, like, all the animals have disappeared. All of them are gone.
Yeah, the critter. Thera. The wildlife's gone.
Mm-hmm. Where's the smell coming from?
It's really hard to pinpoint, but you know it's close. Is Ostrich still here?
Ostrich?
Yeah. I hear.
I was about to say, you gonna do a roll or anything for perception? Because I swear to God, you've had some of the craziest perception rolls because you're a fucking monk. But if you... Oh.
You were saying?
I'm just gonna flavor like this. Rook, this elf that's in the elephant's like seat is gorgeous. You can't stop staring.
Oh, pretty elf.
Yeah, he is very pretty. I'll say both Eden and Thera, just combining your guys' roles here, you're looking around, you're smelling, you also start to smell that concentrated odor. At one point you do have to, like, cover your nose, and you look at Kaisi, he's also doing the same. And then you look behind you, and you see there's somebody standing there.
What does it look like? Who do they look like?
They are 6 feet tall. They're standing, like, completely straight. They're in a cloak with their hood up. But what sets you off is the wisps of black, smoky energy.
Sarah, get the elephant moving now. And I am going to... I'm not going to, but I'm going to prep an action. If this individual does anything hostile, I am taking a shot. And it's going straight into one of the legs. Like, kneecap shot.
The hood is, like, kind of tilted down, but you can see the head starting to lift up, and you can see 2 burning orange eyes looking up at you.
Sarah, get this elephant moving faster.
The elephant's not moving.
It's not listening.
It's mostly because, like, the elephant doesn't know where it is. It can't see it.
Yeah. I mean moving it towards Masera. It's not going to move that way?
It's because it doesn't know there's something behind it.
Yeah, that's not the fucking matter. Thera's trying to just get it moving to Maseru, because there's no need to fight this thing if we don't gotta.
Yeah, I was about to say. That's why I was saying the cripple shot.
Like, the elephant finally starts to move, and you see the being raise its hand towards you.
Okay, yep, I'm taking that as a hostile intent. And I'm gonna try and drop that son of a bitch with a kneecap shot.
Go.
And I'm going to burn a grit and go for a... Actually, no. I'll just burn a grit to give myself advantage. Okay. So... Just aiming for about middle of the leg. Or middle of where one of the legs would be.
That'll hit.
Just trying to throw him off here. And... of course I get the lowest
You see
roll I can get on
the
it.
cloak billow back from the shot. And from the cloak, you see two large black tentacles flop to the ground and then start writhing towards the elephant as it's moving, by the way.
Okay, reload!
There, you look back, you see its hand, like, become revealed from the cloak. The tips of its fingers are like a silvery metal. You don't know if it's actual silver or just steel. But its skin, it looks like muscle, but solid black. And wherever there is like a tendon, like sinew, tendon, or fat, it's gold, like a golden color. But you see like the hateful orange eyes glaring at you, and then like a set of glowing yellowish gold teeth. As the tentacles that flopped out of the cloak suddenly start surging towards you guys. But because you're on an elephant, and the elephant is moving, like, dashing the entire time, and it's actually a lot faster than a normal elephant, the tentacles stop dead short of the back of the elephant's ankles.
Okay, since the cripple shot didn't work, I'm gonna try and put one right in its forehead.
Okay.
If that's okay with you, HH.
You're welcome to try.
I'm trying to do something to at least stun it or something. I don't have anything I could do for that. Actually, no, I do. What's the DC on my winging shot?
You know what I can do? HH. I'm going to throw my hammer because I can. I forgot I can ricochet it back. I'm gonna throw it at the tentacles to get rid of, or to at least obliterate them, just in case they can go even further and grab my fucking elephant. Oh yeah, no, fucking. Let's go.
Okay.
Check out this, ya bitch. I don't know if that hits. Alright, well, it just flies back to my hand.
Unfortunately, the tentacles... Well, fortunately, the tentacles stop dead short. Like, from the distance you're at. Actually, I should update your guys' distance. You're, like, right there. The tentacles are stretched taut. They can't reach you.
Okay, I'm going to try for a winging shot to knock him down.
Okay.
Alright, and this is going to be a normal shot.
Okay.
The save is 16.
What save?
Strength save.
Okay.
You guys... it's gonna use his legendary action to resist that.
Son of a
Like,
bitch!
you fire, it hits, you can see it kind of shudder, and then its head completely lifts. You see there's like a third eye under that cloak, and more tentacles start rising up from its back and more smoke. And then it just points at you again. It says something. You do not understand what it's saying. But like you hear Casey go, "That's ancient." And the elephant just keeps going. You don't see it pursue. It just stands there glaring at you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it. Eden's just gonna reload the rifle one more time. It's just like, I know that shot hit. That would have flattened him. That would have flattened you, Thera. I know that shot hit.
I'm very confident about that.
I know my powder loads.
When you guys reach Bog, the elephant slows to a stop again. Not because something is wrong, but because that, like, even though the elephant is completely made of stone, that was a bit of an adrenaline rush.
Hmm.
So he's just standing there, like, flapping his ears, trying to, like, understand what just happened. And you hear Casey go again. That was ancient. What it said. He doesn't look back, but he does tilt his head in that direction.
Rook's gonna repeat what the thing said.
Oh, no.
Like, Casey, like, holds his hand up to silence you. No. Keep repeating it to me. And throughout, like...
Keeps repeating it.
Throughout the walk through the swamp on the elephant, because the elephant can see where the deeper parts are, Rook is quietly repeating this phrase to Kaisi over and over, and he is racking his brain trying to translate it himself. And by the time you reach the entryway to Masaru's lair, which, by the way, still has these giant reeds, cattail rods around it, because it's his domain, it's where he lives, so he's got to protect it. The elephant stops, this time to let you guys off so you can walk.
Okay.
Kaisi finally translates it. So the thing about Istania itself, it has the Jade Ocean to the front and the Dread Sea to the back. The Dread Sea because no one's ever been able to explore back there. The furthest they've gone is the mountains itself. You just can't get past them. Not only that, the tailed beasts don't want people going back there because they don't know what's back there either. There's always been a rumor. Well, no, sorry. For you guys, it's been a rumor, but for the older generation, it's always been fact. There's another country out there, across the Jade Ocean. But only, like, the most foolhardy of sailors have been able to go there. Especially now that the barriers are up. No one's able to leave or enter the country. And because of this, like, the races that are here in Istania are limited. There's not very many humans in total. There's plenty of horse-like people. Obviously there's gonna be a lot of bunny rabbits. Kobolds, kenku, shifters, elves, half-elves, orcs and half-orcs. The occasional tiefling and minotaurs. They're here. But there are some races that don't exist here. And the language that Casey has just translated is ancient by elven standards. It's drow. It's underdark. There are very, 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 very few drow here in Estonia. They've likely come from the other country and got stranded. But they don't speak their language.
Hmm.
And basically what Casey tells you guys is that it said, give me what I deserve. Deserve or earn. It's the tricky one there.
Just looks at him like, well then.
I'm having to quick translate in my head as well. Give me what I've earned. And that's it. And by then, you guys pass through the makeshift tunnel that is all these giant reeds and plants that make the lair. Because, as a bit of a reminder, Masaru's lair is like Wonderland. Bugs in this area are gigantic. They're huge compared to you guys. So a butterfly is the same size as a giant eagle.
Squaw!
Same with the dragonflies. Thankfully, not the mosquitoes.
Tara thinks very little of it because it doesn't mean anything. So.
Luckily, you don't have to travel too far, as Masaru very quickly rises up out of the water. And I don't think Rook and didn't have control. Yeah, you do. Why is this blank? Changes. Oh, looks like I'm lagging a little bit. There. Oh. Well, I winded myself a little bit. As soon as you guys enter, Casey actually breaks off from you guys and starts moving a little bit quicker down towards Masaru.
I keep up.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and keep up with him as well.
As a monk, I will keep up.
Are these not set up properly?
If it's the last thing my tiny legs do.
Yeah, my Roll20's kind of crapping out on me a little bit. Casey rushes up to where Masaru is. And unless you guys speak Celestial, they have a conversation.
Nope.
Another conversation we can't understand.
But I can't
The
repeat it.
conversation does, like, quickly shift to common, but it's more of, do you really want to listen to these two flirt and gush with each other?
I'll just.
Yes.
It's literally like
I know
French
Oscar's probably
flirting.
I'll just.
I
sit
want
there.
all the juicy details.
I'm just here for A, to help help two people get back together again, and B, potentially get some shit enchanted.
Greedy.
Notice I said B. That is my B option. A option was, after realizing notes and everything, it's just like, oh.
You see Casey open up the bag and pull out the other half of the necklace. And the two, like...
It's happening.
With Masaru's magic, they repair the necklace. And he puts it on Casey. Before Masaru starts to shrink and shrink and shrink till he's the same size as Thera, but he still has all those tails. He's not that bad looking, like he's an upright walking salamander-like creature. He's got kind of like axolotl. No, what am I thinking? No. He's got a king cobra hood on his neck that is a bunch of vibrant colors, and these pink and light blue pearls growing out of him that you kind of realize they're the exact same color as Kaisi's robes. And he more or less leans down and gives Kaisi a kiss.
Oh.
Somehow he does. Once they pull away, Masato looks at you guys, and he pops off 3 pearls and hands them to you.
Thank you.
2 pink, 1 teal.
Oh, that reminds me. I have a thing for something like this. It's for estimating value of materials, that kind of thing. You have advantage on checks to gauge the value of an item. Okay. What would you have me roll for that?
I don't really know.
Intelligence?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
The pink pearls cost a lot more than the teal. And that's just because, like, pink has been primarily Masato's color.
Yeah.
And
just kind of...
people will pay a hefty price for items that relate strictly for the Tailed Guardian's colors. So, the teal one by itself is going to be worth like 25 gold to 50 gold, depending who you give it to. But the pink, individually, are 100 gold.
Awful lot. Something tells me they do something else, though.
Yes. Let's do that before you look into selling them.
Oh, I know. It was more along the lines of... One second here. Nita just headset. It's more along the lines of... How much attention are these sons of bitches going to draw, and how much trouble are we going to be in?
I literally have a halo floating over my head with like 6 of these.
Jesus Christ, I forgot about that.
It's more like how people speculate like an atom looks like, those little orbs buzzing around. That's what it looks like for Thera.
Nice.
I'm gonna grab one. Not one of the ones over Thera's head, but I'm just gonna grab one that we were given.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to nestle it between a couple noodles at the end of the quarterstaff.
You'd have to have that custom done, dude.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Yep.
Once it doesn't fit, I just look at Eden, and then start doing it again. Make sure he's looking, doing it again, like give him this look like you see the problem, right?
Let's find out what they do first, and then we'll talk. You might want to talk to Joe about.
The teal ones can replace certain like spell components or even potion components depending what you're doing. So if you had like a scroll that required an item that was priced at like 50 gold or more, or around 50 gold, this pearl will replace it.
Okay.
The pink ones, you're very quick to learn, they do the exact same thing, but they also give you like a boost, like a small bonus to protect yourself against I think it was ice. Let me double check my notes for this one. Hold on. No, it was the what am I thinking? The pink ones give you an extra hour of air under the water.
Oh. Just kind of looks at it.
So clearly
like,
the pink ones are a lot more powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, I was keeping that. All right. Thank you.
He gives a nod.
I spin the two of them around and I start pushing them away.
Okay.
Sarah has tact enough to understand what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that works. Okay.
As she starts pushing, I use this moment to then grab onto the arm, climb up, and then get in my usual piggyback position.
Now you have
Thera,
handles on her shoulders.
my noble steed. My noble steed.
Don't ever do that to her, or she'll kick your ass.
She has gifted me with handles so I may hold on even better and more comfortably. Truly, she is the most noble servant.
Say a word of that and you get fucking malleted, I'll tell you that right now. Alright.
You guys now have the Weaver as a friend and ally.
Like a baboon with her baby.
Okay,
Shush, ostrich.
you guys now have the Weaver as an ally. If I remember correctly, Kaisi can make you guys clothing that can take the place of certain armors. Not all of them, just certain. And he can also make enchanted items, as long as it's not made of metal. Or I want to say leather, but that's not going to be very fair. So as long as it's not metal.
Yeah, it looks like I have to build a gun out of bronze wood. Good luck getting a hold of that kind of material.
Rook's gonna try to find something like a walking stick or something wooden that could be used as a quarterstaff. I have an idea.
You already have a quarterstaff.
It's made of gunmetal.
Yeah, I was about to say, that one's made out of metal.
Okay. You're probably not going to find it in the swamp.
Yeah, you'd have to get that custom made, bud. And besides, I'm pretty sure there are other enchanters that we can go to if we need weapons enchanted.
Yes, but the enchantment I have in mind is a specific kind that it's a weird enchantment.
Moving on. What time is it? 10:35.
If you guys want to finish, if you guys want to end, that's fine by me.
Yeah, we'll go back to Oz and we'll end.
Yeah.
All right.
Oz or the dragon, or you.
Whichever one you guys want to bunk with.
Depends. Probably Ryu. It's just safer, especially if we got that fucking asshole walking around.
Yeah, I was about to say. Considering he's got legendary actions and used it to eat a save, yeah, that's not a good sign.
So, upon reaching Ryu's little sanctuary, and you guys probably booked it through the flower fields this time. As fast as a panicked elephant can go. Oh, what's that?
I forgot to follow you, by the way.
Thank you.
About time.
As you guys reach Masaru's place, like, you don't even have to knock on the door, you don't have to say anything. As soon as you step through, like, Ryu is standing next to the door, and as soon as you're all in, he slams the door shut. And then he walks to the back door and slams that shut. He looks stressed. Very stressed. And he...
Feeling, yeah. Oh, go ahead. So I take it you saw what we saw?
I met him.
Yeah, I don't think he's happy with me.
Me neither. And he moves his other arm from behind his back. It's completely black.
Farah?
What?
Get to do something with the hammer?
Smashy smashy.
Not smash, but, you know.
Smashy blessy.
No, I blast, she smash. Don't mix the two.
Sarah will pull out the hammer and press it against the arm, I suppose. See if it does
He's gonna very
anything.
calmly push your hammer off and give you a kind pat on the shoulder. Nobody go outside tonight. Don't use the portals. I had to shut it off. Just...
Alright.
And he's kind of... He's just waving... Let's just stay... indoors. Stay indoors. Mortals like staying indoors. Just please. Stay indoors. Go ahead and roll insight real quick.
Oh, boy. Don't need to roll insight to know that he sounds fucking terrified, but...
I don't care.
Yeah. Really?
Farah, you are a little bit concerned, especially for his arm. He is an ancient dragon, more or less. But you can sense, like, you can tell when an animal is stressed and just needs space. For Eden and Rook, he is stressed, he is angry, and he's not necessarily scared for himself, but scared for you guys. He does not want you stepping out that door.
I don't.
And you might also sense that he's in a lot of pain. Just stay here.
Alright. No need to tell us twice, boss.
Good night. He steps to the door, closes it, and you can hear him climb up onto the roof. It's still daytime. But it's late in the evening. And I guess that's where we'll end it for now.
Yep.
I don't know if that was fun or not.
Whoa.
Not too bad. Like, it was fun.
It was fun.
Still a little oh crap at the frickin' random ass legendary actions or legendary resistance. It's just like, oh no.
You pissed off the wrong guy.
I'm sorry. He smelled like concentrated evil. My first response to concentrated evil is, in this case, slow it down long enough for us to get away.
No, we were already getting away. You didn't need to worry about that.
I didn't know. I saw how far those tentacles reached. So I'm just like, nope.
I don't want to reveal anything.
Oh, I know you
I
don't.
want to. I really, really want to, but I'm not going to. So yeah.
Guys, the more important question here. How far away were we when he barely reached us? Or barely
10,
didn't
20
reach?
feet. Oh, that way, I don't know, 50 feet.
65 feet.
We know his max range now.
Outside of mine.
Yeah, it was 65 feet. He's still within most of my ranges, but except for the blunderbuss, he's not within the blunderbuss's range.
Yeah.
That thing's max range is 60 feet.
So yeah, getting back to focus here. That was that was hopefully fun. You guys have crossed off 2 things on the bounty board. I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised about a lot of things, so I'm not gonna say anything. There's still other stuff on the board. I'm not gonna add anything more to it. Just letting you guys clear it out.
Yeah.
You haven't leveled up yet, so don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, if we
Fine.
leveled up from that, shenanigans must have happened. But no,
I
it's
will
cool.
give this little bit of a freebie. Whatever's happened to Ryu's arm, the hammer is not healing.
Okay.
You don't know what's going on with it. It's just he's in a lot of pain. His arm is completely black, and he's spooked. And that's not something you want to know, like you want to hear about when it comes to an ancient dragon being spooked.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's an ancient dragon being spooked. That's never a good sign. And on top of that, that kind of damage is usually indicative of someone going, and blight!
Yeah.
Because necrotic damage usually does.
I'll bring you over Vasara. Let's see what he has to say.
Yeah.
Well,
I need bigger bullets.
you need to pay off Joe.
Oh, I know. That's actually on the line. Like, that's actually the first thing.
Well,
and then
I'm gonna
figure out the way.
I'm gonna raid Salty Dark on Twitch. Just gonna shut it down. Thank you guys so much for playing.
Yeah.